Do you have Rogers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be home.
But in Durham, though. Do you live in Durham? Oh, cool.
Can I get a copy of it? Because I'm not probably going to be here.
Yeah, I can leave you a phone number to request it out. You'll probably get a DVD copy.
Yeah, that would be great. Yes, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we're going to be away this Saturday and we're not coming back for about 10 days.
Oh.
Going to open the cottage.
All right, so I'm ready. So you want me to do your thing first, David? Want me to say?
Just do
who I
your
am?
interview? Yeah, please.
Oh, okay. Just get you to count to 10 for me, just to make sure I can hear you, Gary.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect. Okay, so first question, and I'll just get you to look right at me.
Okay.
Ignore the camera. Say and spell your first and last name for me.
Gary McCormick, Gary McCormack.
And Gary, you had a little bit of trouble last December. Can you I know you've already talked about it, but can you just walk me through that night once again, if you would?
Yes, December the 18th, 2010. I had a heart attack at home. Started with severe jaw pain. It went down the outside of my upper arms and then became short of breath. My wife took me to Bowmanville Hospital where they administered some drugs to me, and they prepared me to go in the ambulance to come to Rouge Valley. Twice in the ambulance en route to the hospital here in Scarborough. I went into cardiac arrest twice, and they had to defibrillate me. When I got here, the doctor and the staff were waiting for me, and when I was in the operating room, I went into cardiac arrest again, and they defibrillated me a third time. Dr. Lee and his staff put a stent in the lower right portion of my heart, and I spent a day here and 3 days or 4 days in Oshawa before going home on December the 23rd, 2010. In January, I had a stress test, and in February, I started cardio rehab with the Lake Ridge Cardio Rehab Program. Presently, I am up to 2.5 miles per day walking in 50 minutes or less, resistance training 3 to 4 times a week, and look forward to every morning.
Wow. So initially 5 days you were in the hospital? Is that right?
About 5
that?
days.
Actually, before that, do you actually remember that night? Like, do you remember the events sort of happening in order? Like, what do you remember?
I remember the jaw pain and the pain in my arms. I don't remember going into cardiac arrest the first time, but I do the second and third time because it was a feeling that overcame me. And I told the EMS drivers that in the ambulance, the second time I went into arrest, I saw my father, and they asked where he was. I said he died 13 years ago.
And you remember that?
I remember that very clearly. The same was, as soon as I met Dr. Lee, I could feel it coming again. And the next thing I remember is being conscious again in the operating room.
And I know you mentioned a very integral part of this process was your wife.
Absolutely.
What did that mean to you, having her right by your side every step of the way?
There's no words for it. To know that she was there, and to know that she was in the waiting room, and the nurses and staff here at the hospital were terrific. They came out and kept her up to date, and they told her exactly what was happening, and the good and the bad. They told her everything, but they were just wonderful with her.
And I know, we'll speak for her, and I know she must have been terrified inside. Did she show any of that to you? Could you feel any of her energy, or was it all positive? Sort of take me through those moments. Like, do you remember seeing her for the first time, like when you actually were in the hospital during those 5 days?
The first time I saw her was in the intensive care here at Rouge Valley, and they let her come in to see me, and it was.
What was that moment like?
It's hard to explain that because I wasn't sure whether I would see her again, and the fact that she was there, and I knew I was here.
And Dr. Salim talked about this code STEMI, this new system here. I mean, how much do you think you owe to that new program?
My life. Without this program, I don't know whether I would have made it or not, because I don't know how long I would have had to wait in Bowmanville for a doctor that would be able to do what Dr. Lee did here. And as I've said before, if there's anything that I can do to help this program, I would gladly do it because it's because of this program and ones like it that I'm here.
And this 1 year anniversary is certainly meaningful to the staff here and yourself. And you